Welcome in here to another of my Pioneers live stream. As the Pioneers, after dropping a game against Niagara on Friday, have once again are still back here at home at Dunfield trying to sweep Geneva in this doubleheader today. Hello everyone, I'm Alex Trippett, and I'm back here as the play-by-play color commentator. I was sick the past couple days, and so I took some time off and got myself better. I'm feeling much better today, and so I'm back here as the play-by-play color commentator, and I'm planning on staying for the rest of the season. And so I'll be with the Pioneers all the way to the end. And so the Pioneers have a major opportunity here today, not only just to sweep the Redwings today, but also to sweep them tomorrow, as they will be playing 4 games against Geneva in the next 2 days, as they have a doubleheader here at Dunfield, and then tomorrow, quickly looking at the upcoming schedule here, they have a doubleheader tomorrow at Geneva, and so then they go on the road to Niagara on the 19th. They are home for another doubleheader on the 20th. So that's just 3 doubleheaders, folks, in 4 days. So that's a very, very taxing schedule for a pitching roster and for any roster in general. And then they're back to Niagara on the 21st. So really a lot of really long trips coming up, a lot of tough trips with double headers. It's just the Pioneers are either playing a doubleheader or they're making their longest road trip that they have to make this season over the next 4 days. And so it's going to be very, very tough. But the reason why I say it's the biggest opportunity is because of the standings. And if you take a look at the standings, the Pioneers are number 2 in the Western Division. And the reason for that is because Jamestown actually lost and got swept in their doubleheader just a couple days ago to Auburn. They lost both of those games, and so now they have dropped behind the Pioneers in win percentage. Not to mention, also, Batavia dropped a game against Niagara a couple days ago as well. They also lost, a rare loss for Batavia, especially coming up against the Pilots of all teams. And so Batavia's lost some games, Jamestown's losing games, Niagara's losing some games. So if the Pioneers can go 4-0 in these next 4 games against Geneva, it would be massive, as not only would it give them an opportunity to keep themselves and solidify themselves as the number 2 seed in the Western Division, but also they have a chance to catch Batavia. This is the first time all season when the Pioneers have had a realistic chance to come and catch Batavia. If they win all 4 of the games against Geneva in the next couple of days, they will be the number 1 team in the PGCBL regardless of what Batavia does. So they have to win all 4 in order to become the number 1 team, but they can become the number 1 team, and they have an opportunity to do it here against the very last team in the Western Division standings. You just saw Geneva is 7th, Pioneers are 2nd. If the Pioneers are able to sweep these 4 games, it would be massive, not only just for their confidence, but also to get them to the number 1 spot in the Western Division standings. And of course, that's where the Pioneers want to be in. Believe it or not, folks at home, but the season is rapidly closing, and I mean rapidly. I just had a realization this morning when I came into work to where there are only 12 days left of the regular season for the PGCBL. July 29th is the last regular season game for the Pioneers, so only 12 days left. The Pioneers are playing 17 games in that 12-day stretch, so very taxing schedule. However, if the Pioneers can get through it and get a bunch of wins, they'll be in great shape, not only just to try and host a playoff game, but also to potentially be the number 1 seed in the entire West Division of the PGCBL. And so a massive opportunity. To be quite honestly, this is the biggest opportunity of the season for the Pioneers here to try and get that number 1 spot. They have not had a chance, like I said, to go and try and catch Batavia here, but now they have the opportunity to, if they can win these 4 games. Obviously, they have to do quite a lot to get that to go their way. However, if they could sweep Geneva in all 4, it would be massive for them. And so now, as the lineups are about to be announced here, I'm going to quickly run through Geneva's lineup. I'm going to start with them. As leading off for them in this game, it'll be number 6, Brandon Gelpy, the right fielder. Batting second, it'll be number 42, Dylan Can, the second baseman. Batting third, it'll be number 25, Ryan Knight, the designated hitter. Batting fourth, it'll be number 41, Andrew Eppinger, the center fielder. Batting fifth, it'll be number 38, Jason Shockley, the catcher. Batting sixth, it'll be number 39, Brennan Stabley, the left fielder. Batting seventh, it'll be number 1, Cameron Boardman, the shortstop. Batting eighth, it'll be number 30, Daniel Scolaro, the first baseman. And batting ninth, it'll be number 26, Wyatt Pachette, the extra hitter. At batting 10th, finally, bottom of the order for the Red Wings, it'll be number 16, Casey Burkhoff, the third baseman tonight. And on the mound tonight for the Red Wings, it will be number 19, LJ Wolf, who will be getting the start tonight for the Red Wings. And now, before I go through the Pioneers lineup, I am joined here tonight by number 23, Eric Burkan, who has kindly come up here and joined me for the stream. How are you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Eric. I'm recovering a little bit, but I'm back here now, and I'm happy to be back, and I'm so happy that you came up and joined me. I didn't even know that you were going to come up here.
Of course, I've always wanted to come up and help you out, and it seemed like a perfect opportunity having a rest day today, so I'm really excited.
Well, that is awesome, and I really do appreciate it. And so now, as the Pioneers lineup is being announced, I'm going to run through it real quick. Leading off, it'll be number 1, Matt Granada, the center fielder. Batting second, it'll be number 77, Joe Muzio, the first baseman. Batting third, it'll be number 10, John Schroeder, the extra hitter. Batting fourth, it'll be number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder. Batting fifth, it'll be number 47, Ray Hernandez, the third baseman. Batting sixth, it'll be number 14, Jake Keller, the catcher. Batting seventh, it'll be number 40, Nick Montagna, the second baseman. Batting eighth, it'll be number 26, Blaze Foddy, the shortstop. Batting ninth, it'll be number 30, Cam Levesque, the designated hitter. And batting 10th, it will be number 33, Kevin Noss, the left fielder. And on the mound tonight for the Pioneers in Game 1 of this doubleheader, it'll be number 25, Griffin Yastrzemski, who will be getting the start tonight. And so obviously, you guys are trying to go for the sweep and get all 4 games. You guys, as I just mentioned a little earlier, are playing 4 games in the next 2 days, so a lot of games for you guys coming up.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting, but I think if we just grind out the games, we'll be fine. I think we have the right squad to go 4-0 in the next 2 days.
Absolutely, but I mean, this is the biggest opportunity, as I was just mentioning, for you guys to catch Batavia. I feel like you guys have always been one step behind them, and now you guys have a chance.
Most definitely. I think if we get ahead of them and we can just stay ahead of them, we'll be golden before playoffs.
And of course, this is the playoff push. I mean, as I mentioned before, only 12 days left of the season. It's rapidly closing.
Yep, it's been a great season so far, so very excited for the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are sitting at 18-12 overall, and last year you guys were 24-21, so you guys have a great chance and an opportunity here in order to come really close to already breaking your win total from last year with these next 4 games. However, now, as you can see, we're about ready to get set here for the national anthem, so me and Eric are going to take a step away for a moment. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back here after that beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and we are about ready to get going here between the Red Wings and the Pioneers. Of course, you are currently watching. The man on the mound is number 25, Griffin Yastrzemski, and Yastrzemski so far making his 5th start. He's a 5.22 ERA and 20 innings pitched. He's only given up 19 hits, 17 runs, only 12 of those earned, 8 walks, and has 16 strikeouts this season. However, he does have an 0-2 record so far, and last time we saw Yastrzemski throw was on July 11th at Newark, where he threw for 5.1 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, 5 hits, and had 5 strikeouts in that one. And Yastrzemski's had a little bit of a rough outing his past couple of starts. However, what are you looking to see from him today, Eric, in order to get him on track?
I think if he can just command his stuff, because I think he has one of the best off speeds on our team. I think when he commands it, he's one of the top pitchers, but when he doesn't, it can be a little shaky, but still love when he gets up on the mound. Brings good energy for the boys.
Absolutely, and I mean, Griffin, one of those two-way guys, can definitely hit and pitch at the same time. He's done both this season. He hasn't hit in a league game in a little while. However, he has hit in a couple exhibition games previously, and I know he just did this weekend, and so obviously he's getting some reps with that. And so now it'll be Keller behind the plate today, catching for Yastrzemski, so He'll be getting the start behind the plate. Musio at first, Montagna at second, Fadio at short, Hernandez over there at third, and then in right it'll be Cooper Smith, center Granado, and over there in left it'll be Kevin Noss tonight. In game one of this doubleheader, obviously doubleheaders have to be taxing on you guys as it's a lot of innings of baseball to be played. 14 innings in one day is a lot.
Most definitely. Typically, we're only here for 9 innings, but then you add in 14 innings on a day. It can be really challenging for the boys, but Drum is really good with switching out the lineup so guys aren't playing most of the time.
I was about to say, I mean, you and I were talking a little bit during the national anthem how it's like Andrew Drum has done an amazing job managing this season for the Pioneers, and I think the most telling aspect of that has been his ability to navigate you guys through all of these doubleheaders. You guys have had a lot of doubleheaders, and you guys have a lot of doubleheaders coming up. So really, I think that's been the most defining feature. And also now, as it'll be number 6, Brandon Gelpy, the right fielder tonight, leading off for the Red Wings. So he'll be coming into the batter's box here to face Yastrzemski, as this one is about ready to get going. He has a .232 batting average and 18 starts, as that one is down low and outside from Yastrzemski, and the count will go 1-0. So 1-0 the count to Gelpy here. And an interesting fact about the Red Wings is that the Red Wings, their leading batter only has a .240 batting average, and I can already see like 6 or 7 of the bats on the Pioneers that already have a better batting average than that. And so really, I think that's been the main reason why Geneva's been struggling as of late, is because of their bats, as that's a swing and a miss from Gelpy.
Good fastball by Griff right there. He's trying to get ahead here.
Count now evens up at 1-1 to Gelpy. No outs here in the top of the first. Yastrzemski sets steal, swing and a miss there again. Another fastball. Where do you think Yastrzemski goes here? Do you think he goes fastball one more time here?
I believe he's gonna throw something that's got some movement on the outer half.
Yastrzemski sets steals. That one is in there. Called strike 3. You called it, Eric. And that is a moving off-speed pitch that is called strike 3. And that will be one out here in the top of the first.
Like I said earlier, when Griff can command his off-speed and get it to dance the way it should, like he's very dangerous on the mound.
And so now that'll bring up number 42, Dylan Can, the second baseman tonight. He is leading the Red Wings in batting average. He has a .240 in 7 starts, 6 hits, 1 double, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts, as Yastrzemski will deal in there for a called strike 1, as it was Can who swing and miss at that one. 0-1 now the count to Can. 1 out here in the top of the first. You think he goes fastball here after throwing off speed for pitch 1?
I believe so. I think he's gonna make his eyes. Oh.
And that one is swung on, driven into right. Cooper Smith going for it. That'll get down for a base hit into right. And Can will be held up at first. It's a good job by Smith to cut off that ball. So stand-up single, and he went to the off-speed, as that was your reaction there, Eric. So he went to the off-speed, and that one will be a hit into right down the first base line. So runner on first here for the Red Wings with only 1 out in the top of the first inning. And now that'll bring on number 25, Ryan Knight, the designated hitter tonight.
Great job by Cooper Smith to get that ball in. I think Cooper has one of the better arms in the outfield, so leaving him to only a single is very good.
Yeah, I think all of our outfielders are really elite for the Pioneers, as that one is ball 1 outside tonight. And I've seen Granado a couple times, who's in center, throw all the way from the outfield into home plate to rob a couple guys. So, I mean, I think all the outfielders out there, even Noss has had some good throws this year. I think all of them are elite. Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is in there, called strike 1. That was a fastball. So Kent will go aces wild here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the first. Yastrzemski shook off 1 pitch. Where do you think he goes? Off speed or fastball?
I'm thinking off speed.
Yastrzemski sets deal. That one was a fastball, it looked like. However, that one was outside. So 2-1 the count now goes to Knight. Knight, a 180 batting average in 17 starts, 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 RBI, or excuse me, 1 home run, 1 RBI, 9 walks, and 19 strikeouts so far this season. 2-1 now the count. Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is just outside for ball 3. So 3-1 the count here now. And Yastrzemski obviously trying to avoid the walk, as that would put runners on first and second here with only 1 out. Where do you think Yastrzemski goes now that he has to have a pitch here in order to get back in the count?
Yeah, I think he goes to his most comfortable pitch, throwing, trying to get it land for a strike.
That one's going to be upstairs and outside, and that was the fastball. So that'll be a walk here for Ryan Knight to lead off here. Or excuse me, not to lead off, but to put runners on first and second here for the Red Wings with one out in the top of the first. So Yastrzemski, the double play is available, and we've had a lot of times where pitchers have gotten themselves into situations like this throughout the season. Then you guys have been able to pitch to a ground out to shortstop. In this case, it would probably be Fadio making that play.
Most definitely. I think our guys are really good at knowing what they have to do in order to get out of the inning. So I have a feeling Griff's going to be able to do that, get the ground ball for the double play.
Absolutely. Yastrzemski will set deal. Popped up into right. That is going to be foul and out of play as that one was swung on and chopped back by number 41, Andrew Eppinger, the center fielder, who is now at the plate. It's Can over there at second and Knight at first for the Red Wings. Still only one out here in the top of the first. Obviously, considering this is the doubleheader and the games tomorrow are doubleheaders, you guys are only going to be playing 7-inning games, so obviously any runs given up here are going to be meaning a little bit more earlier on than what they normally would, as you guys have a little bit less time per game in order to work back from it.
Most definitely. We got to win the games we can win and just compete the ones that we know we have to compete in.
Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is swung on straight over to Fadio, who will turn to second and Montagne in time. So that will be a fielder's choice, one out. So it'll be Eppinger at first, and it will be Can at third. However, that will be an out, and I know you were thinking that that was going to be a double play as you nudged me there a little bit as if to say you called it, but not quite. Montagna wasn't able to quite throw over to Muzio at first in time, but he still did get one out, so there's two outs here in the top of the first.
Most definitely. I think the ball took a weird hop here playing at the Dunn, and I mean it was good that we at least got one of the outs, and now Griff's going to get out of this right here with runners on first and third. Jake gave our infield the signs for first and third, so we'll see what happens next.
Yep, and it'll be number 38, Jason Shockley, the catcher, at the plate. As Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is in there, called strike one.
Good slider to get ahead early on. In this league, if you can get ahead early, you're going to be very successful.
Absolutely. I think that is one of the biggest advantages for pitchers is if you can get 0-1, 0-2, it's very hard for hitters to come back. Yastrzemski will set deal. It's a swing and a miss there by Shockley, and now the count goes 0-2 here. And Yastrzemski one strike away from getting out of it.
He goes back-to-back sliders here, and now you really have the batters going to be just guessing like what's coming.
Do you think he goes fastball here to try blow one by him?
I believe so. I think that is the right move because he was a little behind on the off-speed. So
0-2 now the count. Yastrzemski will set deal. Swung on and driven straight to Fadio. It's over his head into left, and that will score a run for the Red Wings on an RBI single by Shockley. And the Red Wings already up one run here in the top of the first inning.
not a bad pitch selection there. I think he just missed his spot, but it'll be all right. He's going to bounce back here, and if we get one more out, the boys are going to be up at the plate, so they'll be good.
Absolutely, and I think that's one thing that you guys have to have is the bats, and I think the bats are the number one most important thing that's going to get you guys through all of these doubleheaders. You guys have to score runs in order to win these games.
Most definitely. I think towards like the middle of the season, our bats kind of slowed down, but they've been really hot lately.
That one is swung over. That'll be a base hit into left, and that will score a run. That's another RBI single by Stobley. Brennan Stobley, number 39, delivers an RBI single here, and the Red Wings already up 2 runs here in back-to-back pitches. And still 2 outs here in the top of the first, so Yastrzemski still only needs 1 more. But runners on first and second here with 2 outs, but already 2 runs across for the Red Wings, so the bats are definitely going to have to answer in the bottom of the first. And so now that'll bring up number 1, Cameron Boardman, the shortstop tonight. He has a 200 batting average in 12 starts, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 double, 3 RBIs, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts so far this season. That was a swing and a miss for strike 1. So 0-1 the count out of Boardman. 2 outs here in the top of the first. 2 runs already across for the Red Wings. Yastrzemski looking for any out in order to end the inning. Yastrzemski now sets, deals. That one is in there. Called strike 2. That was a very nice fastball control there. So 0-2 the count. Do you think he goes off speed here after going 2 fastballs?
Yeah, I think he's going to have something that's going to move and get the batter's balance off.
Well, 0 to the count. Yastrzemski looking for a second K. Will set deal. Swung on a driven first base side. That is going to be straight to Muzio. Muzio will tag up at first and get the out. So a ground out to end it here in the top of the first. 2 runs, however, already across for the Red Wings. Pioneers bat will have to answer in the bottom of the first right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the first inning here. Pioneers already down 2-0 in this game 1 of the doubleheader today between the Red Wings and the Pioneers. I'm once again joined here by number 23, Eric Burkan, who's alongside me here as my color commentator today. And so now it'll be LJ Wolf on the mound for the Red Wings here. You're currently watching him warm up. Number 19, he has a 6.43 ERA. In 5 appearances, he's only thrown 7 innings, given up 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 3 walks, and has 7 strikeouts so far this season. So definitely a pitcher the Pioneers bats can try and look to take advantage of here. And of course, leading off this inning for the Pioneers, it will be number 1, Matt Granado, who will be leading off here. He always seems to. The center fielder tonight. And so Granado currently tied for second place in terms of games played. This will be his 27th start. He has a .299 batting average, 19 runs, 26 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 13 RBIs, 16 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 10 stolen bases for Granada so far this season. Last time we saw him out was on Friday the 14th versus Niagara, where he had 1 hit and 1 strikeout in that ball game. And so now he'll step in to face Wolf here. And so obviously, Eric, the Pioneers are looking to answer back. Already 2 runs given up. They need to get an answer here and try and get some runs of their own.
Most definitely. I think the boys have been hot lately, so I think seeing a lefty, we have a lot of righties in our lineup, so I think that lefty right-up matchup is in favor for us.
Do you think in general it's just advantageous to have lefty on righty?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the majority is righties for us.
Wolf now will set deal. That one is in there. Call strike 1. I'm assuming that was his fastball.
Yeah, that was his fastball.
So 0-1 the count now to Granado. No outs here in the bottom of the first inning. As Wolf now will set, deliver. Swung on a driven straight up to the second baseman, Can, who will field it, throw to first in time. And that will be 1 away. So a ground out here by Granado to get things going for the Pioneers. Not how they wanted to start things. However, that's only 1 down. So not too much damage done. As now that'll bring up number 77, Joe Muzio, the first baseman tonight, making his 18th start. His .304 batting average, 6 runs, 17 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 9 RBIs, 8 walks, 14 strikeouts, and 10 stolen bases so far this season. On Friday versus Niagara, he had 2 walks and 1 strikeout in that game. Wolf now will set, deal. That one is going to be in there. Called strike 1. Another fastball by Wolf. I think that's all we've seen from him so far, right?
So far, I believe so. That one had some cut to it.
0-1 the count. Wolf now sets deal. Swing and a miss there by Muzian, so the count goes 0-2. That one did not look like a fastball.
No, I believe that was a slider. Slider in the dirt. Very good pitch from him. He definitely hit his spot there. I think Muzio's going to just battle off here.
0-2 Wolf set steal swing and a miss there by Muzio, and so he goes down swinging, and now that'll put 2 outs away here in the bottom of the first inning. And so 2 down here now in the bottom of the first, but now that'll bring up number 10 John Schroeder, the extra hitter tonight. Schroeder making his 28th start for the team lead. Actually, he's played the most games out of anybody. He has a .310 batting average, also with the best batting average on the team. He has the highest. 14 runs, 26 hits, 6 doubles, 5 triples, 11 RBIs, 18 walks, 20 strikeouts, and 8 stolen bases so far this season. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Wolf now will set, deliver. That is going to be down low and outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count here to Schroeder. I have noticed one thing with Schroeder is that if Schroeder can get ahead in the count, get a couple of balls in front of him, he has a tendency to mash base hits.
Most definitely.
That one is going to be down low for ball 2. I think that was back-to-back curveballs trying to get some action on the outside of the plate. However, it's been too low. So 2-0 the count now to Schroeder. Wolf now, 2-0. Will set, deliver. That is going to be check swing inside. I think that one just hit off of his end of his bat there, and it fouled off. So the count will go 2-1 here. Schroeder check swing, but he didn't have an intention of hitting the ball.
Yeah, I think out of the hand he thought it was going to be a strike, so that's why he went, but ended up being a ball.
And Wolf deals that one is outside for ball 3. That was just a missed fastball on the outside corner. So now 3-1 the count. If Schroeder could draw a walk, Pioneers can still be alive here with Smith and Hernandez up after Schroeder. Wolf 3-1 will set, deliver, swung on a chop back foul by Schroeder, and the count will now go full at 3-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first still.
One thing about John is that he's always battling, like later in the counts, even if it's full count or 2-2. He's always battling, just trying to get a piece of the ball, and I mean, he's been very well this year.
Wolf set steal, swung on a driven straight to the shortstop, unfortunately. Boardman, who will throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. So 1-2-3 for LJ Wolf in the bottom of the first inning. Pioneers still down 2-0 as we go to the top of the second right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the second inning here. I'm Alex Shapen. I'm once again joined here by number 23, Eric Burkan of the Pioneers. He's joining me as my colored commentary as Yastrzemski deals. That one is outside for ball 1. Missed fastball outside to number 30, Daniel Scolaro, the first baseman tonight. Scolaro So far this season, only a 130 batting average in 17 starts as Yastrzemski sets deals. That one is inside for ball 2. That was a slider on that one.
Yep, that looked good to me, but umpire thought it was a little bit inside.
It's a bit tough to call from all the way up here. We are pretty much on the roof here at Dunn Field, so it's a little bit far away as that one is upstairs for ball 3 now. So 3-0 the count to Scolaro. Not the greatest of starts for Yastrzemski here. Where do you think he goes to try and get back in this count?
I think he goes with a fastball just to get it in the zone.
Yastrzemski sets deals. That one is going to be outside. It was a fastball. However, that one will be outside for ball 4. And so that will be a leadoff walk here for Scolaro in the top of the second inning. No outs here. And so Yastrzemski is going to have to try and get himself out of this jam. But, of course, double play is still available. We mentioned it earlier. And so now that'll bring up number 26, Wyatt Pachette, the extra hitter tonight. Pachette's done a little bit of both. He's a hitter and a pitcher for the Red Wings. And actually, he's only listed as a pitcher, actually. He doesn't actually have any stats as a hitter, as that will be called strike 1.
Good slider to start the game, or start the at-bat.
0-1 on the count now to Pachette. No outs here in the top of the second. It'll still be Scolaro off first. Yastrzemski 0-1. Swing and a miss there by Pachette, and he got him to go. Was that the slider again?
That was indeed the slider again. Griffith is really good with the usage of his off-speed. I think it's definitely one of the main reasons he's found success is that he can go from his fastball to something that has movement.
Yastrzemski swing and a miss there by Pachette, and so he will go down swinging. That'll be the second strikeout for Griffin Yastrzemski, and that will put one away here in the top of the second. That was a slider again, didn't he?
Yep, he went 3 sliders right in a row to get the batter to swing.
All 3 sliders, and Pachette, missed on all of them. And Pachette does actually have reps as a hitter. He has 11 starts, has a 138 batting average, so that was my mistake, actually. But one out here on the top of the second, as now that'll bring up number 16, Casey Burkhoff. And that one will be outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count now to Burkhoff, the third baseman tonight. Burkhoff, a 154 batting average in 4 starts. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 3 strikeouts so far this season. That one will be into right for a base hit. And so that will be cut off by Cooper Smith to be kept at a single. But a single here for for Burkhoff will now put runners on first and second with only 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And so now we go back to the top of the lineup here for the Red Wings. The number 6, Brandon Gelpe, the right fielder tonight, struck out in his first at-bat against Yastrzemski earlier on in the ballgame to get the ballgame started, actually. This is a big at-bat here for Yastrzemski with already 2 runners on.
I think he has a really good shot at getting a ground ball here.
That one will be called strike 1 and a nice little, I believe that was a slider again down low. It's mainly just been fastball and slider from Yastrzemski tonight. So 0-1 the count now to Gelpe. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and second still. Yastrzemski will set deal. Swung on a pop straight back up in the air. It's coming towards our booth but over our heads. And so that will clang off. The first time I ever had a player up here was Max Gentile, and a foul ball came about a foot to the left of the window. And it was the funniest thing because we both reacted towards it, but it just missed us. It was the closest we've ever had a foul ball coming up here into the press box all season. 0-2, Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is down low in the dirt for ball 1. Tried to get him to go on the slider again. That time just missed.
Trying to get him to chase there on the off speed. Definitely a smart move by Griffin.
1-2 now the count to Gelpe. 1 out here on the top of the second inning. Yastrzemski will look over to second and Scolaro. And now that'll be lined over to Fadio Weekly, who will turn to first not in time. Muzio missed it. And so now that'll bring home a run. And so another run is scored here for the Red Wings as Muzio had just slipped out of his glove. And so that will unfortunately be a reach by error for Gelpe, but also allow a run to come home. So now it's a 3-0 lead here for the Red Wings already, and this has not been the start the Pioneers wanted from Griffin Yastrzemski, and not all of it's been his fault.
No, I think that was definitely a hard play for Fadio.
That one was so into the infield grass, or Fadio had to run so far in order to try and get that.
Yeah, I think the one thing about us is that we always battle back. I think if you check the stats, I think we are one of the top teams that have come back from being down early on in the game, so we don't quit.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys just had a game a little while ago against Newark in Newark, and that was one of the most wild games of the season and one of the most intense ones. Yastrzemski will set deal. That is called strike 2, and Gelpi tried to steal second, and now someone's trying to steal home, and that one will be a tag out as Keller was able to get out. Now there's going to be a throw out with Gelpi at third. They're going to try and turn it a double play here, and they will. That's going to be a tag out, and that will end the inning. A double play, a throw out from Keller at home, and a rundown with Gelpi at third will end the inning, so no more runs come across for the Red Wings here. Only one more given up by Yastrzemski in the top of the second. Pioneers will look to answer in the bottom of the second right after this.
And set aside the steak and made room for love. What if we've been drinking wine wrong all along, and instead wine was to be shared as a human experience with love, integrity, and hope? Hi, my name is Greg Taylor. I'm the vineyard manager and property manager of Bully Hill Vineyards, and I'm a 4th generation winemaker and 5th generation grape grower of my family. So it all started with my great-great-grandfather George and his son Walter Taylor Sr. They came up to this region for the promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry on Keuka Lake. Walter Taylor was the one who first started the Taylor Wine Company. The Taylor Wine Company was one of the largest wineries in the United States. My great-grandfather had passed away, and my grandfather Grayton and his 2 brothers Fred and Clarence took over the company at its peak, producing around 40 million gallons of wine a year. Grayton had a son, Walter, who was my father, and he started Bully Hill Vineyards in 1967. My father had a vision for the Finger Lakes wine industry. When Bully Hill was started, only 5 producers existed, and now there's over 300. And he firmly believed that you have to have a certain level of integrity and honesty with the people around you and yourself. And these are kind of the staples of what our business is. Bully Hill was built on the back of French-American hybrid vines. These varietals were developed in France in the 19th century, and they were brought over by my grandfather in the 1950s. And here at Bully Hill, we started the experimental farm, from where these hybrid varietals have made their way to almost all 50 states. As we become more environmentally conscious, we're looking for agricultural solutions that have less impact on the...
Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the second inning here. Pioneers down 3-0 already to the Red Wings, looking to answer here with their bats up. As leading off, it'll be number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder tonight. And once again, I am joined here by number 23, Eric Burkan, who's coming in as my color commentator today. And Wolf will set deal. That one is going to be inside for ball 1. That one almost hit Smith. As the count will go 1-0. Smith making his 17th start as a .286 batting average, 6 runs, 14 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 RBI, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 6 stolen bases so far this season. That one is upstairs for ball 2 from Wolf. So 2-0 goes the count. You think Smith has the green light here with a 2-0?
I believe so. I think Smith is a very smart hitter, and I think once he gets his pitch, he's going to hit it very hard.
Wolf will set deal. That one's going to be upstairs and outside for ball 3. So 3-0 the count here to Smith. A leadoff walk would not be bad for the Pioneers. They'd certainly take it. And as I mentioned a little while earlier, this is only a 7-inning ball game since it is a doubleheader today. And so really Pioneers looking to try and answer back early, as that one's going to be upstairs and outside for ball 4. So that will be a leadoff walk here for Cooper Smith. And that'll put a runner on first for the Pioneers with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And so now that'll bring up number 47, Ray Hernandez, the third baseman tonight. And of course, Hernandez, the only guy who has home runs this season for the Pioneers. He's hit 1 here at Dunfield and 1 on the second day of the season, the second game of the season, I should say, in Batavia.
Most definitely. I think Ray has probably the most power on the team, so when he gets a hold of it, it's going to go.
If he can just get his pitch, he will absolutely mash baseballs as he swings and chops one back foul. And so the count will go 0-1. 0-1 the count to Ray. Smith off of first. No outs here in the bottom of the second inning. This would be big if Hernandez could even just get a base hit here. He doesn't have to get a home run. It's not certainly necessary, as that one was swung on a chop back foul, but even a base hit would be good enough. However, the count already 0-2 to Hernandez.
I think Cooper getting on base there in a 4-pitch walk, bringing up Ray, definitely puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher because our lineup is deep. Like, we have a lot of good bats towards the end of our lineup.
And that one will be in there. Swung on a chop back foul again by Hernandez. He's staying alive here. The count will stay 0-2. Yeah, and I mean, almost everyone on the Pioneers roster, especially in this lineup, hitting over 200. So, really, anybody can get a base hit at any time for the Pioneers. 0-2 the count now. Wolf will set deal. That is going to be upstairs. Called ball one. That was a good take there by Hernandez. I think Wolf tried to get him to swing at the upstairs pitch. Hernandez didn't fall for it. So 1-2 the count now. Smith still off first. Smith definitely a threat to steal. He does have 6 stolen bases already. Wolf will set deal. Swung on a chop back foul. That one is coming a little bit closer to the press box, but that one will go out of play. And so the count will stay 1-2. Do you think Hernandez just keeps hacking at it and trying to stay alive and wait for his pitch?
Most definitely. Ray's a smart hitter playing at St. Thomas University, so he's a very, very good bat for the Pioneers.
Wolf will set deal. That is going to be check swing. Cold strike 3. Unfortunately, Hernandez took that one, and it was a strike. So that will mean that Hernandez will go down, technically swinging. And now that'll bring up number 14, Jake Keller. And Hernandez not happy about the call, as you were pointing out to me, Eric.
Yeah, I believe he just got ejected from the game, but...
Oh, he did actually. He did, because the umpire is writing down in his notepad. So right here, Hernandez is gone. That is interesting. It didn't look like he said much to him. But then again, we've seen anticlimactic ejections before.
Yeah, I think the boys will forget about it pretty quick. Bringing up Jake Kelleher, probably the hottest hitter for the Pioneers is, I believe, in Batavia. He had a 3-hit game.
Yep,
So.
all 3 singles in Batavia. You are correct, Eric. And so Keller making his 20th start as a .274 batting average, 9 runs, 17 hits, 1 double, 1 RBI, 5 walks, 18 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases so far this season. He's a freshman catcher at East Tennessee State University, his hometown of Harding, Pennsylvania. Last time we saw him out was on Friday versus Niagara, where he wasn't so hot. He had 3 strikeouts in that game on Friday. However, you did mention the game before that in Batavia. He had 3 straight singles, and he broke your guys' hit list streak a couple times in Batavia, actually.
Yeah, I think Jake adjusted his swing a little bit, talking with Coach Drum, and I think it's been working very well for him.
And so, actually, I need to adjust this real quick. There was 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning after Hernandez went down and then promptly got ejected. And so, Keller will step into the plate. Wolf will set deal. Swung on a driven straight back up. The second baseman will tag him at first and throw to second in time. And that will be a 4-3 double play to end the inning. And so, no runs here for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 2nd inning. We go to the top of the 3rd right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the third inning here. And Ray Hernandez, it is confirmed that he has been ejected, considering now it'll be number 44, Chris Bear, playing second base here. And Montagna has been shifted over to third. So Bear will be coming in. Bear on the lineup for game 2. And so he'll just be getting a couple extra reps here in game 1. However, Yastrzemski back on the mound here for the top of the third inning. Once again, I'm joined by number 23, Eric Burkan. And leading off this inning for the Red Wings, it'll be number 42, Dylan Can, the second baseman tonight. He singled in his first at-bat against Yastrzemski earlier in the ball game. Yastrzemski just looking to go clean and try and get the bats back up.
I think if he gets a scoreless inning here, he'll continue that dominance throughout the game.
Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is in there, called strike 1. So 0-1 the count now to Can. No outs here in the top of the third. And I have noticed that with Yastrzemski's starts, it's like he either starts out extremely hot, goes a couple scoreless, and then gives up some, as that one will be chopped over to Fadio. Throws over to Musio. Not in time. It's once again missed by Musio. And that's going to allow Can to go over to second on another error there. And that'll be 2 reach by errors already here for the Pioneers. And so you guys not consistently giving up errors like this. This is very unconventional to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I think as a pitcher, it's definitely frustrating. So I definitely feel
Yastrzemski's not getting helped out here. He's not getting a lot of help.
Not much. I'm sure Coach Strum's gonna give us a talk saying like we gotta clean it up a bit, and I 100% agree with him. I mean, those are easy outs, but I think the boys will just battle back from it.
And so now that'll bring up number 25, Ryan Knight, the designated hitter tonight. He was walked in his first at-bat. No outs here in the top of the third. Yastrzemski looks over to second, and that'll be a swing and a miss there. So 0-1 goes the count. Can is the one over there at second for the Red Wings.
Very good fastball on the outer half to get the hitter behind it, and he was 2 behind it.
Go on the count now. Yastrzemski looks over to Can again. Will now set deals. And Knight is going to bunt, and that one will be a throw to first. Not in time as he was off the bag. Musio was off the bag. And so that'll allow Knight to get on first. And so runners on first and third here. No outs in the top of the third. And this has not been a very good start to this game 1. And so that will be marked as a single for Knight here, as it'll not be an error on Musio's fault. Musio kind of had to reach over Knight a little bit in order to try and get that. And in that process, his foot came off the bag.
Knight with a very good bunt down the first base line. Very challenging play for Griffin. I think he would have had to thrown that perfect just to have a chance of getting him out.
And so it'll be Can over there at third, and that one will be inside for ball 1. So number 41, Andrew Eppinger, the center fielder tonight, he reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat.
It would not surprise me if Knight tries to steal second base here.
1-0 count, and right on cue, as just as Eric called it, he will steal second, and he will be safe at second. You called it perfectly there, Eric, on the very pitch. And Knight is over there at second, and so 2-0 goes the count now to Eppinger, as that was a ball down low in the dirt. No throw was made by Keller.
I believe that was an off-speed pitch, so even then it's very hard to throw a guy out when the pitch is much slower than his fastball.
And now the infield all the way in here, expecting a bunt from number 41, Andrew Eppinger, who has a 2-0 count right now, and no outs here in the top of the third. Yastrzemski will set deal, swung on a driven straight to Fadio. Fadio will field it and throw to first, and Musio will get him this time, and that will be one away.
I think with the infield in there, they were just trying to cut off the run going to home because we need to start scoring. And great play by Fadio to read that terrible hop. Almost took his head off, but it was very good that he was able to still stick it out and make that play.
Exactly. I mean, Fadio was all the way up above his head almost on that one hop from the infield grass. Infield still in here with runners on second and third and only one out here in the top of the third. Is now that'll bring up number 38, Jason Shockley, the catcher tonight. He RBI singled in his first at-bat. Yastrzemski now sets deal. Swing and a miss there by Shockley. Count goes on 1.
Good slider by Griffin to get ahead early. I think this guy is just trying to do his job and put the ball in play to try and score a run.
Even a sacrifice fly here would be enough if it's in the right spot. However, our outfielders are good, so he has to be careful in that. And that is exactly probably going to do it. Smith running over in foul territory, however, so that one will make it 0-2 the count. And so that one out of play. And that was probably better for us, as even if Smith caught that, I don't know if he's necessarily going to be beating Can to the plate.
Yeah, that is a long run for him, so
It'll be a very tough throw to make. 0-2 the count now, 2 Shockley, 1 out here. Yastrzemski, this will be a big K. Will now set, deal, swung on a chop back foul. And so Shockley will stay alive. 0-2 the count, still to Shockley, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Yastrzemski now will step off the mound as he looks over there to Can, who's still over there at 3rd. It is Knight at 2nd.
Big 0-2 pitch here. I think if Griff can just get him out, it'll be huge.
Yastrzemski deals, and that one is chopped up. Fabio missed it! And so now that is going to be 1 run. That is going to be 2 more runs for the Red Wings off of an RBI single from Shockley. And now the Red Wings have a 5-0 lead, a commanding lead in this one. And this has not been the game the Pioneers were looking for.
Not the start we're looking for, but I mean, it's baseball at the end of the day, and anything is possible. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Pios just start getting their bats out and our pitchers can start to get some outs. I mean, Griff's been doing his thing, but with the little support he's been getting, I mean.
Yeah, he just hasn't been getting a lot of help. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. It's now that'll bring up number 39, Brennan Stobley, who immediately swings one over to Bear at 2nd, who will throw to second base and Fadio in time. So on a fielder's choice, that will be a reach for Stobley. However, the runner at 2nd, who was Shockley, will be out. So that'll put 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. But already 2 runs.
That was huge by Chris Bear to get that out. That'll put 2 outs for the Pioneers, looking just for 1 more, and then hopefully we can get the bats rolling. Last inning we got pretty unlucky there. The Red Wings had a shift on for Jake Kelleher, playing straight up the middle, and it was hit right straight up the middle for the double play. So
well, now 2 outs, so any out ends it here, as that one is called strike 1 to number 1 Cameron Boardman, the shortstop tonight. He grounded out in his first at bat. 0-1 the count to him. Yastrzemski now sets, deals. That one is down low for ball 1.
I believe that was the splitter. He was trying to get him to chase on a ball that was lower in the zone. Very good spot for it, but the batter just didn't want it. So
1-1 the count now to Boardman. Yastrzemski will set, deal. That one is going to be called strike 2. Caught the outside edge.
Good idea going on the outer half there, and the batter check swing, but he did in fact go.
1-2 the count here now to Boardman. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. 1 strike ends it for Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski will look over to first. And Stobley, and now he'll check over to first, but Muzio not able to put a tag on in time. So Stobley still over there at first. Still 1-2 the count to Boardman.
If there wasn't 2 outs, I wouldn't be surprised if the runner on first would steal there. I think there still is a chance that he will go, but you never know.
Stobley now, as soon as you've done it, that's 2 for 2 for Eric tonight, and he will be safe as Fadio will field the throw by Keller. That was a ball outside. 2 for 2 on the night, Eric.
Yeah, I think Griffin noticed that he was a little far off with his lead, so he had to pick off just to try to see if we could catch him off guard and get the tag, but it just wasn't in time, and then ended up stealing. I mean, very smart play by the runner on second.
Yastrzemski now sets, deal, swung on a driven first base side, but that is foul. And so the count will stay 2-2 to Boardman, and Stobley's going to have to walk all the way back to second base. Yastrzemski still looking for the punch out here in order to get out of this inning, or any out for that matter.
We got a lot of twos on the board.
And that one will
That's
be, it's
just
deuces wild, as I like to call it. And so now, but now with that pitch outside, it'll now put it at a full count here. 3-2 now to Boardman. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Yastrzemski needs this K. He needs it badly.
This is a big pitch here because you don't want to walk him to bring up a righty here. So, big pitch for Griff.
Yastrzemski sets deals. That one is going to be upstairs, and it will be a walk. And so that will be a walk here for Boardman. That'll put runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And so now that'll bring in number 30, Daniel Scolaro, the first baseman. Tonight he was walked in his first at-bat.
And it looks like Nick Ficarro is getting warmed up down there in the bullpen. I think they're going to, if Griff can get out of this, they'll put him on a short leash for the fourth. But
That'll be in there, called strike 1 to Scolaro. 0-1 the count. Ficarro was on the list for today in terms of pitchers available.
I think that's a smart move, going from a righty then to a lefty. And Ficarro has a weird throwing style as he drops it down a bit.
That one is going to be upstairs and outside, and Scolaro had to drop down out of the way of that one. That was way out. And so 1-1 the count now will even up to Scolaro. Still 2 outs here in the top of the third.
I think if Griff can get out of this, I think he'll
I wouldn't be surprised in terms of what I've seen from Coach Drum in terms of leaving pitchers in. He's going to try and push Griff as far as he can, especially with how many games you guys have upcoming. I mean, that's just one of the issues. And that'll swing on a chop back foul by Scolaro, so the count will go 1-2.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alex, there. I mean, with all the games coming up, we're going to have our pitchers go. Like, if we can have them go an extra inning or two just to save bullpen arms, I think that's the smartest move.
I wouldn't be surprised if Yastrzemski at least goes 5 here. Even though we are only at the top of the third, I still think he probably has to go 5. Yastrzemski 1-2 set steals. That one is in there. Called strike 3. He struck him out, and that will end the inning. The third K for Yastrzemski to end the top of the third. However, 2 more runs given up, so it is 5-0 Red Wings. Pioneers will look to answer in the bottom of the third after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the third inning here. And the Pioneers down 5-0 in this one, so they need the bats to come alive here in the bottom of the third. Leading off, it'll be number 40, Nick Montagna, the second baseman. And now it'll be in there, called strike 1 from Wolf, who is still on the mound for the Red Wings here. So 0-1 the count now to Montagna.
Wolf has been very strong so far from what I've seen. Has given up no hits so far.
That'll be swung on a chop back foul right field side and out of play. So the count will go quickly 0-2 to Montagna. Montagna making his 10th start as a 194 batting average, 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, and 3 stolen bases so far this season. 0-2 the count now. Wolf will set, deliver. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 1.
The catcher did call for a pitch up in the zone, and that resulted into a upstairs heater just a little too high.
1-2. Wolf sets, deal, swung on a driven into left center. That might drop. It will drop. That is going to be a base hit for Montagna into left center, and that'll be a stand-up double to lead off the inning here for the Pioneers.
Great start for Nick Montagna. I've been talking to him just about how he's been feeling with his swing and whatnot, and he said he's been making a few slight adjustments to his swing, so it's very good to see that it's been paying off.
Yeah, and I mean, talk about paying off. A leadoff double here in the bottom of the third to bring some life back into the stadium here a little bit. It's been awfully quiet, but now a little bit of life. As now that'll bring him number 26, Blaze Fadio, the shortstop tonight. Fadio making his 18th start as a 186 batting average, 5 runs, 8 hits, 3 doubles, as Wolf sets deals. That one is outside for ball 1. Also has 5 RBIs, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts, and 3 stolen bases so far this season. 1-0 the count to him. A walk here would do good for the Pioneers, but Fadio a little while away from getting that. 1-0. Wolf will look over to Montagna now. Sets deal. Swung on a pop in the right. That'll be a base hit. That might score Montagna. Right fielder will cut it off. And so that'll just be a single. But that will put runners on first and third for the Pioneers with no outs here in the bottom of the third. Finally, Pioneers bat starting to come alive.
That was a very good approach for Blaze Fadio, trying to hit the ball on the right side of the field so that Nick Montagna had a chance of scoring there.
Gelpy, unfortunately, just cut it off just in time. Gelpy, the right fielder out there for the Red Wings, says now that'll bring him number 30, Cam Levesque, the designated hitter tonight. Levesque making his 13th start, has a 207 batting average, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 double. As Wolf sets deals, that's called strike 1. Levesque also 2 RBIs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base so far this season. 0-1 the count to him. Fadio off first, Montagna off third. Wolf sets deal, swung on a chop back foul by Levesque, and so the count will go 0-2.
I think all Cam really has to do is just put a ball in play, because I think being up 5-0, I don't think Geneva is too worried about the runner on third. I think they're just trying to get 2 outs quickly.
Yeah, I mean, but even a sacrifice fly here would be enough to get Montagna around. Wolf will set deal. That one is outside for ball 1.
Most definitely, and I think with Cam and him being able to use his speed definitely adds some pressure to the infielders to try and turn a double play here.
Absolutely. I mean, if Cam can get on, he has stolen some bases, as that one will be in there just down low for ball 2. So the count now evens up at deuces. Well, just 2-2 right now. No 2 outs, so it's not quite deuces wild. It's just 2-2 count. Fadio still off first. Montagna off third. Wolf will set deal. That one's going to be upstairs. Call strike 3. That will be a strikeout, the third K for Wolf. And that'll put 1 out away here in the bottom of the third inning. And so now that'll bring up the 10th batter in the Pioneers lineup, number 33, Kevin Noss, the left fielder tonight. Noss, always recognizable by that black batting helmet with the cream white trim. Noss making his 11th start as a 192 batting average, 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 4 stolen bases so far this season.
Kevin Noss has been seeing the ball really well. He's had some really good approaches at the plate.
Swung on a driven. That'll be a base hit in the left as soon as you say it, Eric. And that'll be an RBI signal, and the Pioneers are finally on the board. It's 5-1.
Great approach there by Kevin Noss, being aggressive early on. Just with a nice hit over the shortstop's head to score in Montagna.
And now the Pioneers with some life here, only down 4 runs here. It's still only 1 out on the board here in the bottom of the third, so still opportunities for more runs to cross, as now we're at the top of their lineup with number 1 Matt Coronado, the center fielder tonight. He grounded out in his first at-bat, but now at the top of the order up Pioneers with a big opportunity here. Wolf will set deal, swung on a driven. That'll be a base hit in the left. Vadia will go to third, but Nos will go to second. That'll just be a signal, but that will load the bases here for the Pioneers. A great single there by Granado.
And now the Geneva coach will come out for a mound visit usually just to talk to him, trying to calm him down, see if he's feeling all right. And this is a big spot for the Pioneers with Joe Muzio, who's been red hot for the Pioneers. If he can get a base hit, that'll definitely score 1, maybe 2. So good position so far for the Pioneers. Getting down early was a bit rough, but I'm telling you, the boys, we like to battle back, face adversity, and we'll just keep grinding out wins, as Coach Eugene would like to say.
Well, I mean, you guys have an opportunity here. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Muzio at the plate, as you mentioned, number 77, Joe Muzio. First baseman tonight. He struck out in his first at-bat against Wolf. But if he can crank a base hit here, that'll probably score 2 runs as the speedy Nos is at second.
It's good that you mentioned Kevin Noss at second, one of the fastest guys on the team. And really, we have 3 of the fastest kids on the team, so
this is exactly who you want on the bases right now. And so now, no action in the bullpen for Geneva. That'll be in there, called ball 1. I'm surprised. I thought that was going to be strike 1, to be honest.
that looked good to me, but the umpire thought it was a ball, so.
Yeah, I think you agreed with me. You were right there, expecting strike 1. 1-0 the count to Muzio. He'll take it, though. A walk will still walk in a run. Wolf will set deal, swing and a miss there by Muzio, and so the count will even up 1-1 quickly now. It's actually aces wild. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Still bases loaded for the Pioneers.
Great pitch by Wolf. I mean, an upstairs heater. Muzio's just trying to do a job, put the ball in play.
Wolf will set deal. That is another swing and a miss by Wolf on another upstairs heater. He went for it twice now, back-to-back pitches. And the count quickly goes 1-2. Even if Muzio doesn't get on, it'll still bring up technically the statistical best hitter in the Pioneers lineup, and Schroeder after him. Wolf will set deal, swing and a miss by Muzio. He does go down swinging on the 3rd straight upstairs heater. And so that will put 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But now that will bring up, as I mentioned, number 10, John Schroeder, the extra hitter tonight. He ground out in his first at-bat, but he is the best batting average on the Pioneers roster right now at .310. So if Schroeder, who's been hot as of late, can crank a base hit here, it'd be massive for the Pioneers. However, he has to do it with 2 outs on the board, so it has to be a base hit, nothing else. Well, besides a walk, I meant to say. Wolf now will set deal. That's going to be down low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count here. Schroeder's good that Schroeder took that pitch and gets ahead in the count a little bit, because now the pressure's all on Wolf. He has to get this out here.
Most definitely. I think with the lefty-righty matchup, he went change-up low and away there. And that's an upstairs ball. I believe he had either a slider, it looked like to me, just upstairs.
Upstairs and outside slider will make the count 2-0 here to Schroeder. Like I said, if Schroeder's walk, that'll still walk in a run. Wolf will now set deal. Swing and a miss there by Schroeder. That was a big pitch for Wolf to get back in the count. 2-1 now. Went straight to the heater as soon as his slider missed. Went back to the fastball. 2-1 now the count. Wolf sets, fires. That one is down low and outside for ball 3. A good take there by Schroeder. I saw him lean in. He wanted to swing at that, but he wisely chose not to. And so 3-1 now goes the count.
I definitely think Geneva got the scouting report as they are trying to pitch around John Schroeder.
3-1 Wolf sets, deals. That is outside. Ball 4. That'll walk in a run. A walk for Schroeder will also walk in number 26, Blaze Fadio. And the Pioneers are now only down 3 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd. And that'll also keep the bases loaded for Cooper Smith, who is also a great hitter for the Pioneers. And so really now with the Pioneers in the heart of their lineup, Wolf's in some trouble. If Cooper Smith delivers a base hit here, that could potentially even tie up the ball game if it's in the right spot. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd, though, so Smith has to be careful.
Definitely with Cooper Smith and Chris Bear up next. I think the Pios are sitting pretty good as that ball is outside heater there, and I'm surprised they don't have anybody warming up yet in the bullpen.
You know, bullpen has been silent for the Red Wings. 1-0 goes the count to Smith, and if Smith gets walked for the 2nd time, That would, as that's going to be inside. Called strike one. Wow, I'm surprised that was called strike one, and an immediate throw attempt by Shockley over there to third and Noss, but Noss able to get back in time. So one of them on the count to Smith, but I was surprised that was an inside called strike.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call, but smart move by the catcher to try to backpick Kevin Noss.
Wolf will set deal, swing and a miss there by Smith, and so the count will now go 1-2.
Good changeup by Wolf there on the outer half of the plate. But I believe Smith is just going to battle here, try to find his pitch, and capitalize on it.
And so now 1-2, Wolf will set deal, swung on a driven right to the shortstop, who will field it over to second in time, and that will end the inning. So the Pioneers will strand 3 runners on here. However, they do get 2 runs in the bottom of the third. We go to the top of the fourth right after this.
Owned and operated since 1905. At the Hilliard Corporation, we've proven ourselves time and time again as the leading industrial manufacturer.
Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the fourth inning here. 2 runs for the Pioneers in the bottom of the third, so it's now a 5-2 ball game here. In game 1 of this doubleheader between the Pioneers and the Red Wings. Yastrzemski still back on the mound here for the Pioneers to start the top of the fourth. And leading off, it'll be number 26, Wyatt Pachette, the extra hitter for the Red Wings. To lead off this inning. He struck out in his first at-bat. And so now, Yastrzemski looking to go clean for the first time tonight. He has not had a clean inning so far. Really needs one here as the bats are finally alive for the Pioneers. So if he can get them back up in the bottom of the fourth, they could potentially try and tie this game up. 0-1 the count to Pachette, so a good start. Yastrzemski now, 0-1, will set, deliver, swing and a miss there by Pachette, and the count goes 0-2.
Great start for Griffin. Hopefully you can just keep it rolling. I mean, getting up 0-2 really quick towards the bottom of their lineup is very good.
0-2 now. Yastrzemski looking for the K, and he will get it. Called strike 3. That will be the 4th K of the night for Yastrzemski to put an out here on the board in the top of the 4th inning.
Great start for Griffin. I think he's finally feeling comfortable with everything, and he's getting into a groove, and I believe he's just going to keep rolling here as the Pioneers do have Nick Ficcaro and Zach Nelson up in the bullpen.
Of course, they'd love to save their arms as that one is chopped over to Musia. First, Musia will field a turn to Yastrzemski, who will tag out in time. And that will be a ground out, so 2 quick outs here for Yastrzemski. A very good start for the inning.
Yeah, very good pitch by Griffin to get the ball for the batter to swing on top of it, and good hustle by Griffin to get over there for the out.
And so now we go back to the top of the order here for the Red Wings. The number 6, Brandon Gelpe, the right fielder tonight. He struck out in his first at-bat, reached by an error in his second at-bat. Yastrzemski now will set deal. That one is in there. Called strike one. Fastball there inside to get this called strike one. 0-1 now that goes the count. Yastrzemski set deal. That one is down low and outside for ball one.
I think Griff is finally getting into a groove, and I mean, he's looking much more comfortable up on the mound, and looks like he's just having fun up there doing his job. So
1-1. That one will be in there just down low for called ball two. You were signaling for a strike, as was I.
that looked good to me, but it's hard to see how high or low the ball is. So
Yeah, from up here. And that one will be in there. Called strike two for sure that time on a fastball inside. So Deuces Wild goes the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Yastrzemski with the chance to go 1-2-3 if he can get the punch out here.
big pitch right here for Griffin.
Yastrzemski's got steal. Swung on a chop back foul left field side. Gelpe able to just keep himself alive.
Good idea trying to go on a inside heater there. I believe if I had to guess, he's going to go slider low and away for the chase and the strikeout.
That's your prediction. Let's see. Yastrzemski will set deal. Swung on a driven right over to Montagna, who misses it. That will be a reach by error, as that will just be technically a single. I'm waiting to see how they rule it. However, that'll either be an error or a single for Gelpe. They're going to rule it a single. So that'll be a base hit single for Gelpe here with 2 outs on the board in the top of the fourth. So now runner at first, but Yastrzemski's still in good shape with 2 outs on the board. And so now that'll bring up number 42, Dylan Can, the second baseman tonight. He singled in his first at-bat, reached by an error in his second at-bat. Yastrzemski sets deals. That one is in there, called strike one.
Good,
So on
good
the count
start
now.
there. Good slider there to start the at-bat. I think Griff is he's in a groove right now, and he's been throwing the ball really well as of late.
Well, on the count, Yastrzemski sets deals. That one is upstairs and outside for ball one. So the count now evens up 1-1 to Can. Still 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. So the 1-2-3 inning is gone, but Yastrzemski can still go clean. He just needs one more out.
So by the looks of it, it looks like Nick Ficcaro is throwing off the mound, so he will be in next.
And that one will be just outside for ball two on a fastball that just missed. So 2-1 goes the count here now to Can. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth still, so any out ends it.
I thought that clipped the outside corner of the plate there, but the umpire ruled it a ball. And it's looking like Geneva has a couple guys warming up in the bullpen.
And that is going to be called strike two, and that will not be a tag out as, Bear just missed it. And so Bear just missed it. It just slipped out of his glove. However, that is called strike two. So Deuces Wild, the count goes again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it is Gelpe over there at second.
That was a risky play by the runner on second there to try to steal on John Schroeder. I think Schroeder has probably the best arm in this league, and he got a good jump, and he got the stolen base there. But we have a lot of 2s on the board, and I think if Griff can get a strikeout here or just an out in general, that'll continue the momentum for the Pioneers.
Absolutely, and I did forget to mention John Schroeder is now catching for Jay Keller. So Keller no longer behind the plate. That'll be inside, almost hit Can. Lucky that wasn't a hit by pitch. And so the count will now go full 3-2. Goes the count, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. This is a massive pitch here for Yastrzemski, trying to get out of the inning clean. This will be the first time today that he has gone an entire inning without giving up a run. Yastrzemski sets deal, swing and a miss. He struck him out. That will be the 5th K for Griffin Yastrzemski. He has finally gone through an inning cleanly. No runs for the Red Wings in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Pioneers will look to close the gap right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers, the live stream. It's the bottom of the 4th inning here. Pioneers down 3 runs, but have their bats back up, and now it'll be number 44, Chris Bear, who is coming in for the ejected number 47, Ray Hernandez. And so Bear 44 will now be in, and Wolf will set deal. That one is down low in the dirt, and so the count will go 1-0 to Bear. Bear making a 7th start as a 278 batting average, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 double, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base so far this season. Wolf will set deal. Swung on it, popped up right field side, and so the count will even up at 1-1. Once again, I am still joined by here number 23, Eric Burcan, still doing color with me.
This has been great fun. I appreciate you allowing me to come up here and experience this with you.
Of course, as that one is swung over to first, and that will be a ground out here by Bear to lead off the inning. And of course, you're more than welcome to come up here anytime, Eric. And so that'll put one out here on the board in the bottom of the 4th inning. And so ground out to start. But now that'll bring up number 14, Jake Keller, the catcher. Well, not the catcher, technically the extra hitter now.
I believe Jake is still battling some arm problems. That's my guess on why he came out of the game, but he's still hitting, which is very good because he's been hitting the ball very well as of late.
Grounded out in his first at-bat today. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Wolf set deals. That one is in there, called strike 1. Keller hesitated as if he was going to swing at that. Decided not to.
That pitch looked a little upstairs.
Wolf now, 1-1, sets deals. That one is inside down low. Called strike 2. And Keller did not like that call, and neither did I. 1-2 goes the count.
Jake Kelleher, he's always battling. He'll always fight off balls until he gets the right one that he really wants to swing at.
So now Wolf sets deals. That one is down low in the dirt and gets by the catcher Shockley. So count will now even up at 2-2 here to Keller.
And for a second there, it did look like Geneva had someone warming up in the pen, but it doesn't look like there is anybody warming up right now.
2-2 now. Wolf sets deals. That one is upstairs, ball 3. It'd be big if Keller can draw a walk here to get another base runner on for the Pioneers, with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Wolf sets deals. That one is going to be upstairs. Call ball 4. Keller will get that walk, and so he will trot over there to first with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And now that'll bring up number 40, Nick Montagna, the second baseman tonight. He doubled in his first at-bat. And so looking to go 2 for 2 here. If he could deliver another base hit, that'd be massive.
Especially just trying to move Jake over to second base or third base, depending on where the ball goes, if he does get a good hit on it. Nick Montagna has been seeing the ball pretty well as of late, so it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a nice base hit here.
Wolf now will set, deliver. That's going to be inside. Called strike 1 again. That's another inside call. That does not look like a strike from up here.
That looked like it almost hit Nick Montagna there. He did not agree with that call, and I do not as well.
Wolf's been getting calls on that inside. Wolf will set deal. That one is upstairs and outside for ball 1. So once again, aces wild. Goes the count here to Montagna. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Keller still off first.
I think Geneva is seeing that Wolf is getting a little tired here, and they are warming someone up in the bullpen.
Wolf will set deal. That one is in there. Called strike 2. That was a fastball middle. So 1-2 the count now to Montagna. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And you are right. There is, once again, another pitcher warming on the mound for the Red Wings. 1-2 goes the count. Wolf now will set deal. Swing and a miss by Montagna. He goes down swinging. That is the 5th strikeout for Wolf tonight, and that'll put 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, big pitch by Wolf there. I think that was inside heater there, but just behind it by Montagna. But bringing up Blaise Fadio, base hit in his first appearance, so I believe he's seeing the ball well as of late. So if he can get a base hit here to bring up Cam Levesque, that would be very huge for the Pioneers, as we are still battling back, down by 3 in the bottom of the 4th.
Yep, and only a 7-inning ball game, so Pioneers have limited innings to work with, and that one will be called strike 1 to Fadio, so 0-1 the count now. Fadio, like Eric said, singled in his first at bat. Keller still over there at first. Wolf sets deal, swung on a chop back foul about 5 feet below our window. So the count will go 0-2. I'm still waiting for a foul ball to come straight up and hit the camera, which I think would be hilarious.
I think the reaction would be quite funny if I have to say so.
Well, I mean, I hope it doesn't break the camera. I hope it hits the camera, but it doesn't break the camera. Because if it breaks the camera, then I don't have a live stream. 0-2 now. Wolf will set deal. That one is outside for ball 1. So 1-2 the count out of Fadio. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
So it looks like the guy that was warming up in the bullpen is ready to go. And I think depending on how this at-bat goes or the next one, I think this may be Wolf's last batter.
Wolf will set deal. That one is upstairs for ball 2. So count goes deuces wild here to Fadio. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wolf sets deal, swung on a driven right field side. Unfortunately, it's straight to Gelpy, who will come in a couple steps, make the play, and that will end the inning. So a fly out by Fadio to end the bottom of the 4th. No runs for the Pioneers. However, we go to the top of the 5th. Pioneers down still 5-2 right after this.
I was actually a passenger on the bus. Sitting on the bus, I looked up and I saw we are hiring. So I called up the number, I came in for an interview, and I started driving. My name is Randy Ramnarayan. I'm the Director of Transportation here at Transdev, and I've been here on property for 16 years. People come up to you and say, hey, I remember you as an operator, and you did this for me, and it just overwhelms me, and it makes me so joyful to know that I made a difference. Everyone from the CEO, COO, all the way down, it's the same message. Customer engagement, employee engagement. This is what we do here at Transdev.
Have a nice day.
It's not a job that you gotta drag yourself out of bed to get here. It's you wake up every morning excited to be here. This is the most wonderful place to work.
Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the 5th inning here. Still, the Red Wings are leading the Pioneers 5-2 here. Once again, I'm joined still here by number 23, Eric Burkan, who's doing some color commentary with me today. Yastrzemski will set deal, swing and a miss there by Ryan Knight, number 25. This isn't a hitter tonight, so the count will go 0-1 to him. Yastrzemski finally got a clean inning in the top of the 4th, looking to go the same again. That's called strike 2 on the outside. So 0-2 goes the count.
I definitely think Coach Strum is just trying to rely on the starters to go as long as possible, just to save arms, because we have a rough stretch of games coming up here. A lot of games in a short amount of days. So
yeah, I mean, like I've run, then a doubleheader on the 20th. That is called strike 3 as a swing and a miss by Knight. So that will be Yastrzemski's 6th strikeout of the night, and that'll put one away here in the top of the 5th inning.
I believe that was either the splitter or the changeup for the strikeout. Great pitch by Griffin. Like I said last inning, he looks a lot more comfortable up on the mound, commanding his pitches very well.
Yastrzemski sets deals. That one is upstairs for ball 1. You want to know the count now? It's number 41, Andrew Eppinger, the center fielder. He reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat, grounded out in his second at-bat, one away here in the top of the 5th. Yastrzemski will set deal. That one is outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count now to Eppinger.
One thing I've noticed about Griffin is that he just likes to go.
Swung on a pop straight up in the air by Eppinger. Schroeder coming under it, and he will make the play, and that will put 2 outs on the board on a pop out straight up in the air.
I wasn't sure if that ball was going to be out of play or not, but it just stayed in play. So we have 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Well, I will say is that there's a lot of room to work with for sure. You can't quite see it because my scoreboard cuts it off, but there's a ton of grass and room behind home plate, especially here at Dunn, more than any other stadium. So
Oh,
if a
most
ball
definitely.
is popped up in the air, Schroeder or whoever the catcher is will have a good chance. 1-0 the count goes to Shockley now, number 38, who's up at the plate. The catcher with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Yastrzemski will set deal. Swung on it, popped up into right. Muzio going for it. He will be running out of room as he will slide in, and he almost made the play. He had to slide into the dugout. He couldn't quite get it, but a fantastic effort there by Muzio.
Yeah, you know, when the ball's near the dugout, especially being in the dugout, it's very nerve-wracking. We're all in like a panic mode, and we have to slide our chairs out of the way. So.
And so now the count will even up 1-1 to Shockley here. Still 2 outs in the the top of the 5th. And that one is fouled off right field side and well out of play. So the count will go 1-2 here now. 1-2 the count to Shockley. Yastrzemski looking for his 7th K in order to end the inning. Yastrzemski now sets, deals, swung on it, chopped over to third to Montagna, who will field it and loses it. He can't quite field it, and so that'll be a reach by error, and Shockley will be over there at first. Yastrzemski's been robbed twice now of a 1-2-3 inning. And so now that'll bring up number 39, Brendan Stabley, the left fielder. He RBI singled in his first at-bat, then reached on a fielder's choice in his second at-bat.
Yeah, tough play for Nick Montagna there.
It just looked like he couldn't quite get it out of his glove.
No, those ones are always tricky with the slow rollers, but it's looking like Nick Vaccaro will be entering the game next, as he's been warming up the past 2 innings in the pen.
Yastrzemski's going to hit by pitch Stabley, and that one hit right off the back of his batting helmet. And so a hit by pitch walk for Stabley, and now Yastrzemski, even with 2 outs here, in a little bit of trouble. And the trainer will come out to go and check on Stabley, as that was a hit in the head.
Yeah, getting hit in the head is always panic there. And it looks like Zach Nelson is out of uniform, so I'm not sure what's going on down there. Yes.
So I don't think Nelson wasn't on the list. So he was over there in the bullpen area early, but I don't think he is actually going to be coming in. So I think it will be Vaccaro. I think you're right. Stabley looks like he's been cleared. He's going to go over to first. Round of applause here from the fans at Dunn. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, so Yastrzemski looking for 1 out in order to end the top of the 5th inning. And like I said before, it's only a 7-inning ball game, so a very quick one here. Pioneers looking to get out of this one.
Now it looks like we'll be back in play here, as Allison, the athletic trainer, will be walking off the field, and umpires have said play ball. So we are back here, top of the 5th with 2 outs.
Yastrzemski will now deal 1 outside. Ball 1 to number 1 Cameron Boardman, the shortstop. Grounded out in his first at-bat and then walked in his second at-bat. Stabley off first. Shockley off second. Yastrzemski will set deal. Swung on a driven first base side. Muzio fields it and will tag him at first for the out, and that will end the top of the 5th inning. No runs once again for the Red Wings here in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Once again, Pioneers bats will look to answer.
Inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
What if white wine was not made for poultry, but for friendship? What if red wine set aside the steak and made room for love? What if we've been drinking wine wrong all along, and instead wine was to be shared as a human experience with love, integrity, and hope? Hi, my name is Greg Taylor. I'm the vineyard manager and property manager of Bully Hill Vineyards, and I'm a 4th generation winemaker and 5th generation grape grower of my family. So it all started with my great-great-grandfather George and his son Walter Taylor Sr. They came up to this region for the promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry on Keuka Lake. Walter Taylor was the one who first started the Taylor Wine Company. The Taylor Wine Company was one of the largest wineries in the United States. My great-grandfather had passed away, and my grandfather Grayton and his two brothers Fred and Clarence took over the company, at its peak producing around 40 million gallons of wine a year. Grayton had a son, Walter, who was my father, and he started Bully Hill Vineyards in 1967. My father had a vision for the Finger Lakes wine industry. When Bully Hill was started, only 5 producers existed, and now there's over 300. And he firmly believed that you have to have a certain level of integrity and honesty with the people around you and yourself. And these are kind of the staples of what our business is. Bully Hill was built on the back of French-American hybrid vines. These varietals were developed in France in the 19th century.
Welcome back to the Pioneers live stream here. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. And once again, I'm joined here by number 23, Eric Burcan, who's still along with me for this bottom of the 5th inning. Pioneers looking to try and tie up this one. They're down 3 runs, 5-2. However, they're running out of time here as this is only a 7-inning ball game. Wolf still on the mound for the Redwings as he deals ball upstairs 1 to number 30, Cam Levesque, the designated hitter tonight. He struck out in his first at-bat. 1-0 the count to him.
I think this is a very important inning for both teams. Really, I mean, Geneva's just trying to ride Wolf as long as possible, and then the Pioneers are just trying to capitalize. We have our 9, 10, and then top of the order, so it's a crucial moment.
That one will be called strike 1. So 2-1 the count out to Levesque after 2 balls from Wolf. If Levesque can get on, and then Noss potentially gets on as well, then you have the top of the order, and that's a deadly combo for the Pioneers. Wolf set steal, swing and a miss there by Levesque. And so the count will now quickly even up at 2-2 now to Levesque. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Levesque trying to get on any way he can. 2-2 goes the count.
Shakes
Wolf.
twice, shakes for a 3rd time, agrees on this pitch.
Wolf set steals. That one is outside, so obviously he didn't agree on it, as now the count will go 3-2.
I think Wolf just wanted to find like his strikeout pitch that he thought would be the best, but just missed.
Wolf will set deal. That is swung on a chop back foul by Levesque. And so the count will go 3-2. It's probably smart that Levesque did chop at that, considering Wolf's been getting a lot of calls inside, and that was a pitch inside. So 3-2, the count will stay. Big moment here already in this one. Levesque trying to get on to lead off. Wolf sets deals. That one is down low, and it will be a leadoff walk here for Cam Levesque, who will get on first base here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And so now, that'll bring up number 33, Kevin Noss, the left fielder tonight. He RBI singled in his first at-bat.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Kevin Noss has been hitting the ball really well, so I'm hoping that he can continue this hot streak of hitting.
Hopefully he can go 2 for 2, as he's already got an RBI single today.
Especially with Matt Granado on deck, one of the Pioneers' best hitters on the team, just to keep the momentum going.
Wolf will set deal. That one is upstairs for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Noss. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th, and a runner on first already in Levesque for the Pioneers. Pioneers looking to come back here in this inning and try and steal this one.
And for the 3rd time, number 29 for Geneva has been is warming up in the bullpen as that pitch is called strike on the outside
That was
corner there.
upstairs outside. It looked like a ball, but that one will be called strike 1. Like we both said several times, me and Eric have both disagreed with several calls tonight from the umpire. 1-0 on the count. Wolf sets, steals. That one is inside. Called strike 2, another one. That's another call that doesn't look like a strike. Umpire gives it to Wolf anyway. Like, the Pioneers' bats at this point have to know just foul off anything that comes inside, because he's going to get the call.
Yeah, this umpire's been favoring pitchers on the inner half of the plate, so I think we just have to adjust our approach at the plate.
1-2. Wolf sets, steals. That is a swing and a miss by Noss. So he will go down swinging. So that'll put 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. However, that will bring up the top of the order and number 1, Matt Granado. So Granado up at the plate here now. And Granado grounded out in his first at-bat, singled in his second at-bat. If he can go with another base hit here, it'd be big. We really need Levesque, who is off first, to get over into scoring position. Pioneers looking to try and come back and tie this one up.
I do think that Cam Levesque is going to try to steal here sometime soon.
Wolf sets, deals. That one is down low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Unfortunately, you weren't 3 for 3 in terms of called pitches. Done that twice already tonight, Eric. Just couldn't quite get the third one.
It is difficult with a lefty on the mound to steal second, but
Wolf sets deals that one is down low again, ball 2. So 2-0 the count to Granado here. If he could draw a walk, that'd still be big. Like I said, base runners are what the Pioneers need. They just will take anything they can get. Levesque still off first. And it is going to be tough as Wolf is looking over to Levesque almost constantly. Wolf will set deal. Swung on a chop back foul by Granado, and the count will go 2-1.
off the bat, that did look like it was coming up towards us there, Alex, but just missed us. It went off to our right, but 2-1 now the count. Wolf does look a bit tired, but I think he can grind out an inning if possible. But the Pioneers have been seeing him very well.
Wolf, that one was upstairs and inside, so 3-1 goes the count. Still one out here on the bottom of the 5th. Levesque off first. Granado looking to draw the walk here on a 3-1 count. Wolf will set deal. That one will be outside. That will be a walk. So 2 walks here in the bottom of the 5th inning to now put 2 runners on with only 1 out here for the Pioneers.
As the Geneva coach is walking out for his second mound visit, which does mean that their bullpen arm has to come into the game. They're just talking it out. At least I think he has to come in. It's the second mound visit for him.
Well, we'll have to see. Wolf still holds the baseball. Baseball's been not taken out of his hand. So, looks like they might ride with him. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Geneva still trying to get through this game as much as possible with just Wolf. So Wolf here now in a tough spot with Joe Muzio at the plate. The first baseman tonight, number 77, struck out twice in his first 2 at-bats. But if he can get a base hit here, that would be massive. Levesque off second, Granado off first, and yes, Wolf is still in the ball game. They're going to ride him.
After getting some talking by his infielders and his coach, I think Wolf just really wants to go as far as he can. But big spot here for the Pioneers with 1 out. Runners on first and second for Joe Muzio here.
Muzio's got to try and crank a base hit. Swung on a chop back foul, so he just missed that one. And the count will go 0-1.
I do have to say Joe Muzio is due of a hit here. It seems like every game he's getting at least 1 or 2 base hits. I remember one game he went 4 for 4, almost a cycle. He was a home run away, but
now it'll be down low for ball 1. So Aces Wild goes the count here now. So Aces Wild count 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Big moment in this ball game. If Muzio were to homer, that's a big if, but if he were, it would tie the ball game. That one will be inside, called ball 2. So finally an inside call that goes the Pioneers' way. Wolf's been getting so many of those.
nearly hit Joe Muzio there. I think Muzio, he's really wanting to get a base hit here. I think it is a pivotal moment regardless because with our meat of the order coming up is very crucial.
That'll be check swing. Muzio almost got hit. It looked like he did get hit. Muzio's shaking it off, so it looks like that's just going to be called a ball. And so the count will, no, that's going to be called strike, actually. So that's going to be called strike 2. I'm amazed. Muzio has had a reaction as if he was hit. However, the count will go 2-2 to Muzio. And yes, the umpire confirms it. It is 2-2.
Because he did check swing there, that is indeed called a strike, but Muzio's going to battle this at bat out, try to get something moving, even moving Cam Levesque over to third.
Wolf will set deal, popped up into right. Gelpy will come on in, and that will be too far in. Actually, it'll be the second baseman, Can, getting the out. So that'll be a pop out for Muzio to put 2 outs on the board here. And so now, really, it is on number 10, John Schroeder, the catcher tonight. Well, technically the catcher EH, whatever you want to call him. He's done both.
Yeah, getting the switch there. I think John is right guy, right spot. I mean, he's been hitting the ball well. I mean, we really have been hitting the ball well as a team. So if John can just get a base hit here, it'd be really, really nice for the Pioneers.
Absolutely, and Levesque off of second, potential for him to score. 1-0 the count to Schroeder. If Schroeder, because he was walked in his last at-bat, If Schroeder has walked in this at-bat, it'll bring up Cooper Smith with 2 outs on the board and the bases loaded again.
Yeah, I've noticed with John, they've been throwing all outside pitches. I haven't seen one inside pitch towards him. There's another one.
There's another one, exactly what you're saying, Eric. I think Wolf's trying to throw around Schroeder.
Yeah, I think Schroeder is known around the league as one of the top hitters in this league, and I mean, I wouldn't want to leave a pitch on the inner third of the plate because John is.
He hasn't had a home run yet, but he's had a couple of triples, and like I've said a couple of times, that one is outside for ball 3. So 3 straight balls from Wolf, all outside. And like I've been saying in a couple live streams previous, if you listen back, I think John Schroeder is due for a home run. I think he has sneaky home run power.
You know,
If he does homer here on a 3-0, it would tie the ball game.
I believe Coach Drum gave him the red light because 3-0 with a runner on first and second just.
Well, he did get the red light, and that is called strike 1. Wolf put one right down the middle of the plate. So maybe a green light would have been pretty good there. So 3-1 the count now to Schroeder. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Schroeder needs to get on or get a base hit. One of the two. A walk wouldn't be bad. Wolf now will set deal. That's going to be outside, ball 4, so that will be a walk. So 2 straight walks for Don Schroeder will load the bases here for the Pioneers with 2 outs. And it looks like that is going to finally do it for Wolf.
Great outing by Wolf there. 4 2/3 for him. Picked up 6 strikeouts there throughout his outing, and they're bringing in number 29, Carter Fink. He is from Niagara University.
Fink, a 9.64 ERA and an 0-1 record in 4 appearances and 1 start. He's only thrown 4.2 innings, but he's given up 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, so almost all of them. 3 walks and only 4 strikeouts for him so far. So Pioneers with the bases loaded and Cooper Smith at the plate. This is perhaps the deciding moment in the ball game. If Smith gets a base hit here or is walked, it'll close the gap. However, if he strikes out or gets out in any other way, this one might be over.
Yeah, definitely a very big moment for the game. It could really change
There's
the
only 2
outcome.
more innings potentially for the Pioneers to get those runs, so if they are going to get it, it's probably going to come here. Like, you're not going to pass up on 2 bases loaded opportunities and still win a ball game.
Most definitely. In the past, we've struggled to score runners in scoring position, but, I mean, like I've said throughout this entire game, we've been hitting the ball and scoring runners on in scoring position. So if we could get 1, maybe even 2 runs here in this at-bat, that would be very crucial for the Pioneers.
2 runs would be enough, as that would close the gap to just 1, and then any run ties it later in the ballgame. And you still have 2 innings to work with, but you definitely need something here. You cannot strand bases loaded twice and expect to win a ballgame.
Most
And so
definitely.
really, but even if Smith potentially gets walked, it bring up Bear, and then you have Keller after him. So really, the heart of the order for the Pioneers, so this is probably going to be their best shot. And so realistically, in a 7-inning ball game, like I've said, if this was a regular 9-inning ball game, no problem, as you have plenty of time, but it's only 7 innings here, so really Pioneers need to capitalize. And I will say there has been a recent trend of the Pioneers scoring runs with 2 outs on the board. You guys struggled to do that early on. You guys have been doing that a lot more here later on in the season, and now this is a big opportunity where you guys need to do it one more time. And Cooper Smith will be the man at the plate. The right fielder today, he was walked in his first at-bat, grounded out in his second at-bat. So pressure on both Fink and Smith here, both of them. Super intense situation, bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Smith will now be in the batter's box.
Yeah, I think the pitcher has got a lot of pressure on. I mean, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Fink will set deal. That one is down low. Cold strike 1.
Good
So-
start. Cooper Smith shaked his head yes, so I think he agreed on that pitch, but I think he is sitting heater here. He just wants the fastball to hit it hard somewhere to score possibly 2 runs here.
Granado is off second, so potential. Fink will set deal. Swung on a pop. That will be third base side. It's going to be ruled. What are they going to rule? They're going to rule a foul, I think. The umpire hasn't made any signal. But
That is indeed a foul ball there.
So now Smith has to come all the way back. Levesque has to come all the way back as Levesque had come across the plate. But that will be a foul ball. So 0-2 the count now to Smith. So Smith in a little bit of trouble here, behind in the count. Needs to get a base hit or a walk, and he's not looking like he's going to get a walk.
No, I think Smith's gonna get a base hit here. I mean, he's been hitting the ball pretty well, so if he can just get a base hit here, that'll be very important here.
Fink will set deal. Swung on a pop. That will drop. That'll be a base hit. That'll score 1 run. That'll score 2 runs. Schroeder's going to come in and score. That'll be 3 runs. The Pioneers have tied up the ball game on an RBI double from Cooper Smith. We are all tied 5-5. What a moment.
Great approach there by Cooper Smith. Getting down early in the counts, never a good thing, but you know, Cooper, he's a dog, you know. He battles back. That was huge. I mean, good attempt by the right fielder to try and dive and make that play, but just snuck under his glove, and good read by John Schroeder. That was at first base, scoring from first. So now
only a double for Smith, but Schroeder, as you mentioned, who was at third, came all the way around and scored just because the right fielder Kelpie couldn't actually get that ball in. And so now Fink will set deal. Swung on a driven. That'll be a base hit in the right by Bear. And Cooper Smith is going to come around as Kelpie missed it. Kelpie missed it, and now that'll score another run. The Pioneers have taken the lead off an RBI signal by Chris Bear. And the Pioneers, after being down 5 runs, have answered with 6 to take the lead. And now, what a ball game. 4 runs to the bottom of the 5th for the Pioneers to take the lead. We were talking about how the Pioneers needed to capitalize. They have.
as I look down to my right in the bullpen, we have both Nick Ficarro and Christian Zilli warming up. So
I wouldn't be surprised now that we're winning if Zilli comes in.
I think
Zilli was on the list.
I believe they're going to go 1-1 to split the rest.
Think that gets by the catcher, Galinsky, or excuse me, Shockley, and now Bear is going to stop at second. So that'll be an extra base. Sorry, Eric, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you are all good there. Like I said before Cooper's at bat, big pressured moment here for
And he delivered
pitcher.
in the clutch.
Yeah, it's very, very good. As the catcher's coming out just to talk to the pitcher, see if he's feeling all right, kind of calm him down.
Well, I mean, Fink came in with the bases loaded and gave up 4 earned runs, so
Yeah.
he's probably a little bit heated right now.
Yeah.
Bear still off of second, so still an opportunity for the Pioneers to add more to their lead. It's Keller at the plate, number 14, the extra hitter technically tonight. I don't know what the whole situation is with that. Ground out in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat. If he can crank a base hit here, then really you're looking at Bear, who could potentially come in and score, and then all of a sudden you have a multi-run lead here, and all of a sudden, after being 5 runs down, the Pioneers have come back and answered. And you were talking about this. I want to give credit to you, Eric, as you were talking about all this time how you guys were going to battle and come back and fight your way back tooth and nail, and you guys have exactly what you said, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you know, Coach Eugene always stresses, like, we just got to grind out ball games. And, I mean, we've done exactly that. And with Jake Kelleher here up early, 2-0 count, I think this is the guy you want at the plate.
Fink will set the deal. That is going to be driven. Kelpie going back. He will make the play, unfortunately, in right. But that'll be a fly out for Keller, but the damage has been done. The Pioneers have a lead in this one after a 4-run bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Pioneers lead at 6-5. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the 6th inning and a brand new ball game here. So the Pioneers scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning in order to now take the lead over the Red Wings after being down 5-0. And so now there'll be a new pitcher on the mound here in number 55, Nick Ficcaro, making his 7th appearance as a 3.37 ERA and 10.2 innings pitched, only giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, all of those earned, 7 walks, and has 2 strikeouts this season.
I think this is a big moment here for the Pioneers, as Christian Zillia has stopped. Oh, wait. I lied once again. Christian Zillia is back throwing, so I believe the plan is if Ficcaro can go through 1, 2, 3, it might go Ficcaro and then Zillia.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I think Coach Drum might also just want to see if Ficcaro can close out this game entirely, as this is only a 7-inning ball game. So Ficcaro only has to go 6 outs here in order to get the win. And so really, if Ficcaro can go through cleanly in this inning, I think really Drum is going to try and have him close out in the 7th. But now number 30, Daniel Scolaro, the first baseman, will be leading off here. He was walked in his first at-bat, struck out in his second at-bat. And Ficcaro will set deal. That one is inside for ball 1.
Not the start we were looking for Ficcaro, but with his funky delivery as he drops it down a bit, definitely a challenge for hitters. And I've seen Ficcaro pitch for many years through travel ball and whatnot. And there it is, called strike 2 there with a fastball in the outside corner.
Called strike 1 actually. It's 1-1 now. It evens up.
That's on me.
No, it's all good, Eric. That first one was a little bit inside. So 1-1 the count now. Ficcaro will set, deliver, swing, and a shot back foul by Scolaro.
Ficcaro, he throws a 2-seam fastball, a splitter, and then a slider. His splitter will move a lot if he can control that very well. And I believe he's going to go right for the splitter, lower in the zone, get the chase.
That one is in there, called strike 3. He did get the K with the splitter. I believe that was actually, you called it perfectly, Eric. And so that'll put 1 out away here in the top of the 6th.
Good start for Ficcaro. I mean, first pitch a little inside, and then he battles back with 3 straight strikes. And big pitch here is number 26 is up to the plate.
Well, now it's number 26, as you mentioned, Wyatt Pachette, the extra hitter tonight. He struck out in his first 2 at-bats, and so he hasn't done anything tonight. Ficcaro looking to keep it that way. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Ficcaro now will set, deal. That one is down low and gets by Schroeder. And so the count will go 1-0.
Ficcaro has been very trusting as of late. He's been doing his job, throwing strikes, putting the balls in the zone, and he's been trusting his defense to make the plays. And I think that's all Coach Drum is telling him to do here.
Ficcaro will set, deal. That one is in there, called strike 1. And so the count will go aces wild here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And so if Ficcaro, as I mentioned, if he can go 1, 2, 3, not only would it be massive, but I think Drum's going to try and have him close it out in the 7th. Ficcaro will set, deal. That one is upstairs and outside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count here now to Pachette. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. A whole a collection of pitchers in the bullpen area. Meek, Zealy, Ferrari. I see everybody over there. Ficcaro will set, deal. That one will be inside for ball 3. So 3-1 the count now to Pachette. Ficcaro needs a pitch here to get back in the count.
We recently got benches in our bullpen, so that might be the new the hangout spot. It looks like there's 8 or 9 guys in the bullpen right now.
3-1. Ficcaro will set, deal. Swing on a chop back foul by Pachette. And so the count will go 3-2.
Off the end of the bat there, had some weird spin on it, but I think Ficcaro, he's either going to get a ground ball here or a strikeout. Ficcaro is a ground ball pitcher, just with all the spin he gets off of all of his pitches. I mean, just creates ground balls.
Well, it's 3-2. Ficcaro will set, deal. Swung on a driven into left field. That is foul down the line, and so that will be foul, and the count will stay 3-2. So another big pitch here coming up for Ficcaro. If he can get a ground out or a strikeout here and put 2 outs on the board, that'd be massive.
Big pitch here for Ficcaro. I think he's just going to go heater. I think that's his best pitch for command-wise.
3-2. Ficcaro sets, deal. Swung on a driven into center. Granado going back for it. He will come in and make the play, and that will be 2 away.
we got a
It's-
guy there. Big pitch there by Ficarro. That was indeed the fastball. He just got under it, and good play by Granado to get the second out there. And number 16 is up to the plate here.
It's Casey Burkhoff, number 16, the third baseman. Now he singled in his first at-bat, grounded out in his second at-bat. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, if Ficarro could go 1, 2, 3, it'd be massive, and potentially he could maybe even close out the 7th. We'll have to see. Ficarro will set deal. That one is called strike 1 on the outside plate.
The batter showed bunt there, but he pulled back because he thought it was outside, but the umpire indeed called it a strike. So good start there by Ficarro as he shakes twice, comes set.
That will set, deliver. Swung on it, popped up into shallow left. Nos coming in on it, and he will make the play. And that will end the inning. Another fly out, and Ficarro goes 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th where the Pioneers will look to extend their 6-5 lead. Welcome back to the Pioneers live stream. It's the bottom of the 6th inning here. Pioneers lead it 6-5 over the Red Wings after coming back from a 5-0 deficit. I'm once again here joined by number 23, Eric Burkan, still alongside me here in the bottom of the 6th. And now leading off this inning, it'll be number 40, Nick Montagna for the Pioneers against Fink, who's still out there for the Red Wings, who fires in there, called strike one. That one looked awfully upstairs and outside, but I'm still gives him the call. So home on the count now to Montagna. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Fink now will set, deliver. That one is down low for ball 1. Count now evens up 1-1 to Montagna.
As I look down to the bullpen, I think Coach Strum has a big decision here to stick with Ficarro or go to Gardner Meeks
I think
here.
he sticks with Ficarro personally. That's just my opinion, but I think he's going to try and ride Ficarro for 3 outs in order to close out this game, get the win. 1-2 the count on to Montagna, by the way, as he fouled that one away. But I think he is going to stick with Ficarro just to try and save as many bullpen arms as he can.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Fink fires. That one is upstairs for a called ball 2. And so a lucky take there by Montagna as the count will now even up at 2-2. And that one will be popped up, flown into right. Gelby coming in on it, and he will make the play just barely. Had to run all the way in. Well, that will be a pop out for Montagna to put 1 out on the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now,
So 1 away.
Blaze Fadio is coming to the plate now.
So far, he singled and he flew out in his second at-bat. He singled in his first at-bat, so he's been hitting the baseball well. He simply just in his second at-bat couldn't put it in the right spot. But 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. It'd be massive to give a little bit of an insurance run if the Pioneers can get another run here. It would be massive and probably make Coach Drum's decisions probably pretty easy, as that one is lined over into the bullpen area.
It's our new batting cage that's been up, and as I've looked out our window, I've seen a couple guys just getting ready for game 2 with our new batting cage there.
So the count will go 0-1. That one is in there. Called strike 2 to Fadio. So the count will go 0-2. Like I said, it will be probably, if we do get an insurance run from the Pioneers here, as that is becoming less Well, that is going to be a foul ball by Fadio, so the count will stay 0-2 to him. One out here in the bottom of the 6th, but if the Pioneers can get an insurance run, make it 7-5, then I think we're going to see Ficaro again. If it's still 6-5, I don't know. I still think we're going to see Ficaro anyway, but it's a tough choice. Fink will set deal. Swung on a pop back up. Right field side, and the count will stay 0-2 to Fadio.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we go to Meeks or Ficaro. I think if we go to Meeks, I think Drum's just thinking we got to win the games that we know we kind of have to win, you know. Geneva
Yeah,
being lower in the standings right now.
Fadio keeps hacking at it and keep fouling him off to stay alive. But once again, I also think he's thinking a little bit ahead. It's a very tough spot that Coach Drum is in, and I would not like to be in his shoes right now.
I think either pitcher is a smart move. I mean, Ficaro's been throwing the ball really good lately.
Fink will set deal. That one is down low and outside, so the count will finally go 1-2. It's been 0-2 to Fadio for the past 5 pitches. But now we'll go 1-2. Still only one out here in the bottom of the 6th. If Fadio can get a base hit here, it'd be massive. Pioneers looking to get that insurance run. That is popped back right field side and foul once again. Fadio, this has been a 7 or 8 pitch at bat here, so he's staying alive.
Been a great fight from Fadio. I mean, he's a very smart hitter. He's been putting balls in play a lot, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here as Fink delivers. And he once again fouls it again now.
So the count will stay 1-2 to Fadio. Still no movement on that count. That count's been rigid, to say the least. Fink will set deal. That one will be outside and down low. Fadio has taken both pitches that have been balls. Everything else has been a strike, but he's taken both pitches that have been balls, which has allowed him to actually even up this count over the course of this 10-pitch at-bat here now. The count will now be 2-2. Fink sets deals. Swung on and driven into center. That is going to be a fly out to the center fielder, Eppinger, who will come under it and make the play. Fadio fought so hard, but unfortunately flies out here to put 2 outs on the board.
Good battle there by Fadio, and once again I'm looking down to our bullpen, and Gardner Meeks looks like he is coming into this game. He's looking red hot down there, throwing all of his pitches from all of his different arm angles, and if he does come in, I'll go into detail about all of them. As Cam Levesque
I would actually love for you to detail those arm angles, because I can't understand it. He has like 3 different arm angles, and they're all various different angles, but we'll talk about that if he actually comes in. Right now, Levesque is at the plate, and that is called strike 1 from Fink.
I think Fink went slider there on the outside corner there, so good start for Fink as Cam Levesque down 0-1 early.
Now it is outside that time for 1-1 now as the count will even up.
He went back to the slider there. Try to get a little chase pitch there, but Levesque is a very smart hitter, and
Fink sets deals. That is swung weakly to the shortstop. Shortstop will field it, throw to first in time, and so that will be 1-2-3 for Fink here in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Geneva down to their last 3 outs right after this. Welcome back here to the Pioneers live stream. It's the top of the 7th inning here. Geneva down to their last 3 outs, down 1 run, but now the closer for tonight's game, it'll be number 49, Gardner Meeks, who will be coming in here now to relieve Ficaro and to try and end this ball game. Meeks now making his 9th appearance. Meeks making his 9th appearance, as I was saying. 1.23 ERA in 22 innings pitched, 12 hits, 6 runs, only 3 of those earned, 11 walks, and 23 Ks. He was one of the 6 All-Stars announced to the All-Star team from the Pioneers this season. He has a 3-1 record and 1 save already.
Yeah, with Meeks up here, I think he's one of our best closers between him and Ferrari. Very unique from Meeks as he throws from over the top, sidearm, and then he does drop it down to submarine. So I've heard that catchers have it interesting because their signs is the first sign is the arm angle, and then the second sign is what pitch. So you will see Meeks shake a lot here because he knows what pitch and arm angle he wants, and that's what makes him so effective.
That's what makes it so difficult for hitters, is you never know what's going to come at you. It could be sidearm, it could be scoop, it could be over the top. You never know.
Yes.
He has quite the arsenal and quite the variety. 3 outs here to steal game 1. Pioneers were down 5-0. They answer with 6 runs to have a lead here. Meeks needs 3 outs to end the ball game and to give the Pioneers a good start to their 4-game doubleheader stretch against Geneva. That one is upstairs for ball 1. To the leadoff man in number 6, Brandon Gelpy, the right fielder. So it will be the top of the order for the Redwings here in order to try it and tie it up. 1-0. Meeks sets deals. That one is inside. Call ball 2. I'm really interested as the umpire's been given that type of call all day to the pitchers. He didn't give it to Meeks there. So 2-0 goes the count now to Gelpy.
Down in the Geneva bullpen, they are warming someone up, thinking if they get a run here, they're going to throw him. As that pitch is called, strike 1. That was a fastball on the outer half of the plate, so good pitch by Meeks. And this pitch, he's going to try to get even here, 2-2 the count.
Meeks now sets deal. Swing and a miss there by Gelpy on the off speed. And he misses it completely. 2-2 now. He evens it up just like you said, Eric.
Good slider there. The batter was way out in front thinking the fastball was coming, but Meeks threw the slider. I think his slider is very deadly.
Meeks looking for the K to put 1 out on the board. Meeks will set deal. That one is inside, not called. Strike 3. And so the count will go full here, 3-2. Big pitch coming up for Meeks. Does not want to give up a leadoff walk here.
No, most definitely not. But good slider attempt there. Just got it a little too inside there. It's a 3-2 pitch is.
Swung on it, shot back foul by Gelpy, and so the count will stay 3-2. Gelpy able to stay alive. Meeks still looking for the K.
This is big because you don't want to give up a leadoff walk, as that will shift the momentum from the Pioneers to the Geneva Redwings.
Meeks will set deal. Swung on it, driven into left. Nosk is going to go back for it, and he will make the play in left. And there is 1 away here on a flyout. Geneva down to their last 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
Good start there by Meeks. He battled there. It was longer at bat there, and he resulted into a flyout there. So, as now number 42 is coming to the plate for the Red Wings.
Dylan Can, number 42, like you mentioned, the second baseman tonight. He singled in his first at-bat, reached by an error in his second at-bat, and then struck out in his third at-bat. 2 outs to go for Meeks to get the win. Meeks now will set deal. Swing and a miss by Can, and the count will go 0-1.
That was a great slider there. Sitting up here, you can really see the movement there. I mean, that pitch started on the inner third, and then it ended up on the outer, if not outside of the zone there. 0-1 the count. Goes upstairs heater just a little too high for Meeks. He knows what he has to do, as he just did a little motion there, just saying to get downhill. And
Cam will go aces wild here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here on the top of the 7th. Meeks sets fires. That one is in there. Called strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to Can. Meeks looking for his first K of the night and to put 2 outs on the board.
And if I have to guess, he's going to go sidearm slider outside of the zone for the strikeout.
Well, let's see. 1-2. Sidearm sliders what Eric's calling. Meeks will set deal. That one is in there. How is that not called strike 3? Are you kidding me?
That looked like a strike. May have been a little low, but I was wrong because he did go submarine.
He went sidearm.
A little bit.
So 2-2 now goes the count to Can. Meeks still looking for the K to put 2 outs on the board. I was so shocked that was not called strike 3. Meeks will set deal. Swung on it, popped up in the center. 3 Pioneers converging for it. Bear will come on to make the play. And so that'll be a pop out to put 2 outs on the board here in the top of the 7th. And Geneva down to their last out in game 1 of this 4-game doubleheader stretch.
Great job by Meeks there. Just battled that at bat once again and resulted in another flyout. So we have a lefty here for the Geneva Redwings, number 25.
Ryan Knight, who will be the last out for Geneva that isn't a hitter tonight. Meeks will set deal. That one is called strike 1.
Good start there by Meeks. Outside fastball there. Way to work ahead. Meeks is always working ahead early.
1-1 the count now. Tonight, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Meeks will set deliver. That one is inside. Called ball 1.
Just a bit too inside there, but good idea there by Meeks. Just a bit inside. He's asking the umpire if that was just a bit too inside, but he shakes once and he comes set.
Meeks now 1-1 will set fire. That one is in there. Called strike 2. And now Meeks 1 strike away from the Pioneers taking game 1.
Big pitch here for Meeks. He sets. The count is 1-2.
1-2. Meeks will set deal. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Pioneers have won game 1. Pioneers win it. Pioneers win it. A fantastic comeback win here for the Pioneers. They take it over to Geneva in game 1 of this doubleheader. 6-5 the final. And so the Pioneers will look to go for the sweep today here at Dunn Field, as we will be back in about half an hour. I'm going to end my stream here now. I'll have a second one up in about 20 minutes when this game comes back, and we are about ready to game 2. But until then,